What's up, family? Man, I bless each and every one of you. May God continue to guide you, keep you, comfort you, aid you in your growth and development, as well as the healing stages of your life. Family, man, we got to grow up emotionally. It's a true because we understand that every woman that calls herself a queen or a boss ain't all that. They ain't a queen or a boss. Everyone, you know what I mean? Just like we understand that every dude that calls himself a man or a king is not either or. Every guy ain't a man, every guy ain't a king. We get that. We understand that. That's basics. You know what I mean? We got that. We got to understand that everybody that called themselves a chosen one ain't a chosen one either. Everyone that called themselves a light worker, a star seed, a healer, all that other stuff, they ain't that either. We got to grow up emotionally. And it don't matter how much they do tarot and oracle and charms, and no matter how much they preach, no matter how much they know the Bible and all that other stuff, they could quote the scriptures from Genesis to Revelations and still be the devil. You know what I mean? We got to grow the fuck up and understand it is what it is. It is what it is. They didn't know about me. You know what I mean? They didn't know about those real ones. And so, man, and the trip is because they didn't know about us, they treated us like crap. Because they didn't recognize and understand that we were really chosen, we were really called, we were really anointed and appointed for the life that we have. They didn't understand that because they've been around all these pretenders their entire life. They've been around all these religious folks, all these Christians that called themselves a chosen one, all these Christians called themselves part of the 144,000. They've been around all these people giving themselves titles since the beginning of time. And so they thought that you were just another person, even though you wasn't even giving yourself a title. You hadn't given yourself a title, and they were still treating you as though you weren't crap. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. It is what it is. We got to grow up and understand. They didn't understand what they were doing. They knew what they were doing. They didn't understand who they were doing it to. We got to catch that. They didn't know that you had the hand of God in your life. They didn't know that you were protected. They didn't know that you had a heavenly realm of angelic beings right there to protect you, looking out for you. Even though you were going through hell, they were just waiting on you to wake up and understand who you are. See, they couldn't move until you recognized who you were. Got to catch that. They couldn't move. Your angelic host, your protection couldn't move on your behalf until you came into the understanding of who you are. So one of the things I had to struggle with, because again, my childhood was rough from the gate. So I didn't understand why I had to go through so much hell. And what God had to show me is, Elijah, I needed you to come into an understanding of who you are. And the only way you could come into an understanding of who you are is I got to put you through trials and tribulations. I got to put you through shit. I got to send you through hell. Not because I'm punishing you, not because I hate you, not because you're the quote unquote black sheep. Nah, you're the motherfucking goat of the family. They thought you was the black sheep. You was really the goat. The greatest of all time in your generation. They don't want to call you that. It's easier to call you the black sheep, the unwanted one, the rejected one, the crazy one, the twisted one, the demented one. And it is what it is. We're going to go there today, and it's going to get rough. It's going to get rough. We're just laying the foundation. So they treated you like you was in crap. Because again, you got to understand the assignment. The assignment was for you to come down here and understand and remember who you are. And your family couldn't tell you who you are because your family don't know who the fuck they are. Your wife, your baby daddy, your baby mama couldn't tell you who you are. That can only be discovered through you going through the process of you fighting your demons. And that's why, oh God help me, they don't like you. That's why they don't really fuck with you. Because they know there's something different about you. There's something peculiar about you. There's something mystical and magical about you. And they can't quite put their fingers on it. They don't really understand it. And so what do we do as humans? We always demonize what we don't know. We always minimize what we don't understand. It's human nature. It's human nature. And the trip is, you did it to yourself too. You didn't think you were shit. You didn't think there was anything special about you. You didn't think there was anything magical or mystical about you. You treated yourself the exact same way they treated you. You minimized your own power. You minimized your own authority. You start telling yourself, I ain't nobody. I ain't shit. And you believe that. You believe that. And it wasn't until you start going through all the hell that you started going through and you were able to sit back and look back over your life and reflect, damn, I'm strong as fuck. Damn, I got this resilience that just won't let me let it go. There's something about me. Man, I'm able to go through hell and back and forth so many times. I hate going through hell, but man, I'm able to withstand it. I'm tired of catching hell. I'm tired of going through struggles. I'm tired of going through spiritual warfare. I'm tired of da 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 and whoop 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 and da 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 da. I'm tired of the bullshit. But don't make no mistake about it. Just because I'm tired of going through it, don't mean that I ain't got the ability to withstand it. Don't mean I ain't got the ability to go through it. So we got to grow up and we got to understand it is in the process of going through war that you realize how good you are. It is in the process of going through war you realize how strong you are. It is in the process of going through war you realize how strong and how wise you are. It is in the process of going through war you realize, man, I can get knocked down and get my ass right back up. I might be shook. I might be crying. I might be frustrated, but I'm going to get back up. And you don't understand that until you have to go through it. So you got to go through hell. You got to go through war. You got to go through tribulations and trials and obstacles in life. It's in this new age, this new generation that we fucking weak as hell. It's in this new age, this new generation that's soft as fuck. I shouldn't have to go through that, and I don't have to do that, and I shouldn't have to do that, and all this stupid ass shit. And that's why they're powerless as fuck. That's why they're weak as fuck. But we're going there today. We're going there. And again, this is gonna be rough. And I make no apologies for it. If you get offended, good. Now grow the fuck up emotionally. We got to understand who we are. And just because you give yourself a fucking title, just because you give yourself a fucking label, don't mean you understand who the fuck you are. It's a whole lot of motherfuckers that are pretending. It's a whole lot of motherfuckers that's faking the funk. It's a whole lot of motherfuckers that's studious as hell. They're educated, well educated, but ignorant as fuck as well. They know all this external shit, but they don't know who the fuck they are. And what God has shown me is this is why you keep going through hell. Because you don't know who the fuck you are. This is why you keep going through struggles. This is why you keep living beneath your means. This is why you keep settling for the okie doke. You keep settling for the fucking garbage. You keep settling for trashy ass people. Because you don't know who the fuck you are. And the problem is, can't nobody tell you shit. Because you fucking know everything. And so God is saying, okay, I keep sending people into your life to help you. I keep sending my anointed ones into your life. I keep sending my chosen ones into your life to guide you and to point you in the right direction. But you won't fucking listen because you're so fucking hard-headed and arrogant and pompous. You think you fucking know everything. Okay. You don't understand that hard-headedness. You don't understand that rebellious nature comes from trauma. You think it's wise, but it comes from unhealed fucking trauma. You got daddy issues that you haven't really resolved yet. You understand that you got daddy issues, but you don't know the depths and the magnitude of your daddy issues. You don't know all the veins and the branches that are affected by that daddy issue. We got to grow up and catch that. Because you got daddy issues or because you got mama issues, it don't just affect you in your relationships with the people you date. It affects you in how you see authority. It affects you when people come into your life that's trying to help you. And because you got insecurity issues, you feel as though they're trying to attack you. You feel as though they're trying to look down on you and belittle you and minimize what you know because of your issues, because you've been triggered. And so you get arrogant, you get all stuck up in, man, hard-headed and rebellious and all this other stupid ass shit. We've got to grow the fuck up. We got to grow up. We got to understand that, man. The more we resist it, the more we fight against it, the more we rebel against it. And when I'm saying what's it? It is the calling of God, the path that you're supposed to be on, your purpose. The more you fight against it, the more you resist it, the more you're going to go through hell. The longer you're going to stay living beneath your means, the longer you're going to stay living a mediocre fucking life, the longer you're going to stay living a powerless life. You can say what you want to say. You can say you're a queen, you're a king, you're a priest, you're a priestess, you're a shaman, you're this, you're that. You can say whatever the fuck you want to say. until you humble yourself, until you get in alignment with source and understand the truth. You can understand that God has called you to be a priest. God has called you to be this or that, whatever the case may be. You can understand that because that calling was on your life since you were a kid. But that doesn't mean that you're in alignment because you're doing that now. Catch this. We got to catch this. Because sometimes we get ahead of the schedule. Sometimes we're moving too fast. Sometimes we ain't prepared to do what the fuck we're called to do. But you know that's what you're called to do. And so it's like, boom, I'm going to do this. But you're not ready to do that. Just because you have the education to do it, don't mean you have the emotional or spiritual maturity to do it. You got to catch that. You can know that God has called you to get married. And you jump ahead and get married to people you ain't supposed to be married to. You know that you're supposed to have 3 or 4 kids or whatever the case may be. But now you done fucked around and moved too fast and got pregnant by motherfuckers you weren't supposed to get pregnant by. Because you moved too quick. Because you wasn't in alignment. We got to grow up. Just because you think you know something doesn't mean that it's time for that. Doesn't mean that this is who you're supposed to do it with. We got to grow up. And I get it. I understand. Oh, there are no accidents and everything's always working out for me and da 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 da. Yes, but with that come extra trials and tribulations and struggles you shouldn't have to go through. Because you move too fucking fast. Because you did some shit you weren't supposed to do. Yes, you're going to learn some fucking wisdom from it. Yes, you're going to learn to slow the fuck down and wait. So in the end, yes, it's going to bless you. There's a whole lot of shit that you shouldn't have to go through. It's a lot of fucking pain and trauma you shouldn't have to experience. If you would just humble yourself. Either way it go, you're going to learn. But sometimes we put more hell on ourselves than what's necessary. Sometimes we go through more pain and suffering than what's necessary. Than what's actually required or expected. Because we think we know everything. Because can't nobody tell us shit. It is what it is. Man, we got to grow up. We got to grow up. We have to grow up. And that's all us. That's all about us. Man, family, I hope and pray that I said something to encourage you, to inspire you, or to even challenge your way of thinking. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for being part of this tribe, part of this community. Thank you for having a desire to want to grow up emotionally. Happy healing, family. Peace.